Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Basics of Phonics Instruction with Lab. Now, before I start talking and going through the syllabus with you, I do want you to note that this course does have a lab that runs concurrently with it. You will need to select one or more school-age students appropriate to your licensure area to tutor for a minimum of 10 hours over the 8 weeks of the course. Each session should be from 30 to 60 minutes. Now, with the stay-at-home order and with the COVID-19 virus, I know many of you are asking yourselves, how am I supposed to tutor a student that may not be living in my home? Many of you that are enrolled in this course are also enrolled in developmental literacy with me right now. And what those students have done is they have been able to tutor over Zoom. So if you have a question about how to do that, please post it on Ask the Instructor. And I am hoping that one of the people that has tutored over Zoom will be able to answer your question. And I will also be sending out an email about how to get that set up. So again, if you have any questions, please post it here where it says Ask the Instructor. Okay, now I want to go through the syllabus with you so that everybody is on the same page. Here is our course overview by week. This is an 8-week course. We focus on the detailed examination of effective assessment and instruction of phonemic awareness, phonics, and word study as tools readers and writers use in decoding and understanding print. As I said earlier, a phonics instruction lab is included as part of this course in which you will apply assessment and instruction of phonemic awareness, phonics, and word study in a tutoring setting. I want to review some course policies with you. Late work. It will be accepted with a 10% per day point deduction. No late work will be accepted after the last night of class unless an incomplete has been requested and approved prior to the last night of class. So please make sure that you get your assignments turned in on time so that you earn the maximum points possible. If you are a student who needs accommodations, it is your responsibility to let me know that and also let me know what those accommodations are. These are our learning outcomes. As you can see, we have listed the Ohio Standards for Teachers, Diversity Standards, International Reading Association Standards, and Dyslexia Standards. Here are our institutional goals that are promoted by the Basics of Phonics Instruction. Now, our online course, you're going to have presentation of new materials, and this might be through PowerPoints or movie clips. There's reading and research, as well as group discussion via forums, and you will have a final project to turn in. Online attendance. Many of you are enrolled in online classes, and I'm sure you know this, but just in case there's somebody new, in order to be counted present for a specific instructional week of an online course, you must make a substantial contribution to the course at least once during the instructional week. Now, that substantial contribution, it might be defined as a posting to a discussion forum, submitting an assignment, a quiz, exam, or any other academic activity required for that specific instructional week of the course. If you fail to meet this minimum requirement, you will be counted absent for the instructional week. Now, our course is 8 weeks long, so if you are absent more than twice in that 8 weeks, you will receive a failing grade automatically for the course. There is a participation grade that you will receive. And the idea of having an online class is to get that active engagement among students going back and forth. So when you are posting in the discussion forums and you're responding in the discussion forums, ask those reflective questions of your peers so that they can answer you, so we get some discussion going. Now, for a student to earn all class participation points for a specific week, you must make substantial contributions to class discussions via the discussion forum postings on 3 separate days. So this is different than being counted present or absent. To receive full participation points for the week, you have to post in the discussion forums on 3 separate days. As you know, our online week begins Monday at 12 a.m. and ends Saturday at 11:59 p.m. Now, it is acceptable to work ahead, but please don't post anything ahead, because if you post outside of the current instructional week, it will not count. So a participation grade will contribute to the course's final grade. This is the weekly participation rubric. And as you see, to get 4 to 5 of the points, you have made a substantial contribution to class discussions via discussion forum postings on at least 3 separate days. Here are our course assignments broken down by week. Your initial responses to the discussion forums are due no later than Thursday at 11:59 p.m. and your responsive postings must be submitted by Saturday at 11:59 p.m. The lab section, there is a candidate guide for the lab, which I'm going to talk about when I get through this syllabus, so bear with me. Week 1, the topics we're going to talk about: the role of phonemic awareness and phonics in learning to read and write. You need to read Chapter 1 in Word Identification Strategies by Barbara Fox, which is one of the required texts. And there are also some web articles for you to read. Your assignment, there's a phonics inventory for you to do. You're going to post your response to the inventory. And the second forum is what is phonics? For the lab, you're going to select a student or students within your grade band 1 through 5. You're going to get the parent permission slip signed. You're going to begin your lab timesheet. And then within week 1 and 2, you're going to administer the Words Their Way qualitative spelling inventory, which I will talk about more when I get to the lab section. So each week, everything is laid out for you. But if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. I want you all to do well. At the end of the course, you do have to submit the lab timesheet. So please make sure each time that you are working with your lab student or doing research that you are documenting that time. Here are those articles that I referred to in week 1 on the syllabus. Here are your competencies that you're going to be addressing for the week. The meaning of phonics and its role in learning to read and write. The difference between phonics and phonemic awareness. We're going to discuss the historical impact and influence of phonics instruction. You're going to be participating in those discussions in order to construct new knowledge. Week 1, we have introductions, an overview of the online course, the phonics inventory, and your reading and research. Here is the week 1 assignments. The qualitative spelling inventory, it's also going to be found on Moodle, so don't worry about that. And each week is laid out like this. I'm going to quickly flip through. Rubrics. These are helpful resources. Week 8. At week 8, it is a huge week assignment-wise. You have a reflection that will be due, and also your final project, which will be submitted to Chalk and Wire, also is due. And please remember to check when you submit to Chalk and Wire that your final project as well as the reflection form on Chalk and Wire are both there. That will save us both a lot of time and headache if you check that as soon as you submit it. Week 8, you will need to submit your timesheet because it is worth 30 points for the lab portion. If you have questions, please ask me. Here is our scoring guide, our grading scale, which you are very familiar with, our weekly discussion forum participation. Here is the rubric. And I will talk more about this in week 1. Your Chalk and Wire and your lab sheet, required textbooks. Thank you.